Thank you. Now, loved the fact that we did have a few problems there, but, and this is the testament of a good speaker, he was shaken, he was rattled, but he got on with it. And I was so proud of him. He just said, right, and he took it on. So many speakers succumb. So you've already got full points just for that alone. And you began the subject with a confident assertion, basically challenging us by saying, I will persuade you. And to do that, he started to draw on his experience. And by trying to persuade us, or by persuading us possibly, he actually listed the points one after the other. So it was therefore well structured and easy for us to understand. We'd like to make a couple of improvements here and there. I'd like Rajesh to speak louder in future, just a little bit louder, a little bit, so that it can be easier to understand. Eye contact. Rajesh tended to look in that section in particular rather than looking over here and giving eye contact to all people. He also said a few things that weren't actually necessary about how the order of the points weren't that they were out of in no particular order. We heard that a number of times. We didn't even need to hear it once because I wouldn't have known any different. So when a person is writing a speech, try and get rid of the stuff that's actually a bit waffle. It's not actually important. We don't really need to hear. Make sure it's dense. I could also suggest at the start of the session, making sure you know where to stand well, in preparation. And also Rajesh may have, and I think this applies to all of us, not just Rajesh, if we are to have a display, beforehand we make sure that it's logged in and everything is set up. Now, Rajesh, there may have been very good reasons why that wasn't done, but we all have to accept the fact that it doesn't matter how good a reason is, it's not acceptable. Somehow we have to even tie the person down who has to arrange it to get here beforehand. If we're going to speak before at UNESCO,
100%.
yeah, that's right. No, basically the buck stops with us. So if Rajesh one day might be talking at a speech at UNESCO, the United Nations, we wouldn't want that to happen. We want Rajesh and everyone else here to ensure that the equipment is all ready. No excuses. However, we also know that the problems can be out of our hands. I'd like to also compliment Rajesh on the pace and his confident ability to answer questions and take objections. Rajesh did very well in that. In fact, I think that's when he was in element answering questions because we knew really he believed in what he was saying. I'd like to finish by saying that I'm glad to have been his evaluator. Thank you very much. Sean is correct. The idea of these talks is to get us to practice how to speak impromptu. So that, for example, if we're in a social occasion or a work occasion, we have to answer a question, we can think quickly and be able to answer it. We can, in other words, we want to be able to talk under pressure without actually knowing what we're talking about. Politicians are good at table topics, Christian.
Yes.
Now, as Sean said, each talk will be evaluated. The person evaluating the odd numbers will be Evelyn.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Robert. And yes, and the person evaluating the even-numbered speakers is Edelina. Each evaluation is to be no more than a minute long. We'll now begin by asking Edelina to come forward to accept the first question. The fifth shark attack this year in Western Australia has prompted the suggestion that the white pointer shark no longer needs to be protected, and perhaps we should begin culling them again in order to make it safer for surfers to swim. What do you think? I'm going to ask Robert now to stand up if he'd like to give the and answer the next question. The question is, please, if you'd like to join us out here. Robert, is it all right for a politician to lie or mislead if they have the nation's long-term interests at heart and have to lie to avoid incurring their petulant displeasure of a self-interested public? Please welcome Rob. Excuse me, I've forgotten the name of the lass sitting over here.
Jacinta.
Jacinta, please, I'd like you to stand. No?
Ask me a cooking question, I'll answer it.
Would you, oh no, I won't get you up. Now, would you, either of you like to participate? You're welcome to, or you're welcome to decline. Please, I'd like the gentleman here, which is you?
Jamie.
Jamie, thank you, Jamie. To come out here and answer the following question. The social media constantly make jokes about Michael Jackson, and now they make cruel jokes about the young lad Justin Bieber. Are celebrities fair game to cruel jokes? Please welcome Jamie. And did you say yes or no? Oh, good. The marriage of Tom, please welcome Karina. The marriage of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes is in strife, and they may end in divorce. Are the media right to cover such a subject? Leonie. Oh, somebody else would like to take that time out? I have a question for you, Leonie. And the question is as follows: Should the dying wish of a person be respected? Please welcome Leonie. Time for another one or two. Colleen.
Yes?
Please, I have a question for you. We have spent over $1 billion looking for a tiny, tiny particle called the Higgs particle. Is it a good idea that we spend so much money on something so small?
What was it called?
Table topic, so I've completed my assignment. I now hand it back to the chairman. Thank you very much.